By purchasing this one-of-a-kind Spirit Video souvenir tape of your experience, you are supporting the upkeep of the SS Piper's wreck. For that, we thank you.
Ugh, right. We good? Okay, we're rolling. Like you said.
Good.
Right, so first off, welcome on board everyone. On behalf of Spirit Videos, I'm just going to let you know that we're recording your experience. You can buy your tape of the experience to re-watch at home for a low price of $49.99 in our gift shop. Once again, I remind everyone, please turn your cell devices off or mute them at this time. We don't care what kind of fancy ringtone you bought, we don't want to hear it. Hudson, I'll bring it to you now. You're good to go.
Thank you. So, we're starting here today. First off, can I just remind you folks that we are at a grave site. We'd like to keep it respectful here. I believe 6 people died on this, which is horrendous. That's not including the kite, obviously. But we're coming down here with some very special guests today. We've got 3 survivors from the SS Kite disaster. If you'd like to raise your hands up. There's only 2 of us. I'm sorry, I thought this old man was...
No, you're +1. Alexander, you weren't honest, it was your father. Close enough.
Okay, perfect. Well, so you are the only survivor, so that's present with us today. Do you know what I think would be really good exercise for us all if you decided to come up and give a little bit about the experience that you had on the fateful night? Only if you want to, this way. Okay, there might be a little bit of a gradient.
Proud Xavier. Yes, it was a horrible disaster, taking of the casket. The people, they were terrified, they were jumping off, drowning themselves in the freezing water. It was cruel, they weren't helping, they were firing guns wildly across the deck. It was horrible. The captain, nobody decided to stay behind to get on the ship off the Piper to leave the rest of the 3 survivors of the lifeboat off the ship. Unfortunately, yes, then crashed the Piper.
It's a great story, but we need to get moving. We've only got about 20 minutes of oxygen here. So, without further ado, if you're all seated and all comfortable, sit down and stand around the red if you bet. So, thank you. So we can start the descent now if you're all seated, you're all comfortable. And just confirm that we're good, please.
Yes, I'm fine.
Sorry.
Or something.
Did you not stand up?
Yes, seated, please. I can't reinforce this enough.
Are you having trouble?
Buttons are a bit.
Why ever are we not moving? Right, let me cut the camera. 1 second. Oh, we go. Right, okay.
Perfect.
Poor father. Played for it all.
We're going, finally. Okay. So if we are starting the tour, obviously, sorry, I had a bit of a moment there. We can start off by seeing obviously the bridge of the Piper. Now the commander of the SS Piper, obviously, was a lively gentleman. He was 53. He managed to get, I think, about 8 women and children on that boat. But luckily, there were about 3 on the kite, and that boat managed to get 3, obviously. So he saved 8 lives that night, which is absolutely beautiful. But eventually get crushed by the ship. The kite, obviously, not the Piper. And he died. Yeah, well, that man, if you look in Liverpool today, there's a plaque. Oh, yes.
Did anyone survive on board the Piper?
I believe there was one. I'm more versed in the kayak, but yes, I do believe there was a survivor. I do believe he's still living today, which is an absolutely tremendous achievement. So now if you come round, you can actually see the lifeboat from the SS Piper. Now, it had two. One of them was mangled beyond belief by the huge iron hull of the kite, but one was still pretty intact, which is pretty nice to see. I'm going to be moving around in a minute for a bit better. But there's a huge hole in the roof of the Piper nowadays. If any of you want to have a look, you can stand up, but please be careful because of obviously the gradient. If anyone wants to come look, you can. You have to.
I guess.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'll move to the side. So you might be able to see from there, but that is the wheel of the ship where it would have been navigated.
Oh. My father made one big mistake, didn't he?
Yeah, please. Is anyone? We don't have much time before the it's a bit too extreme to stand. So yeah, look. So yeah, you can see the wheel. Along with the funnel. Now
I remember like it's yesterday. It's come down on it.
Could I stand up?
Of course. I'm quite a large man, I do. And that funnel stood about 12 feet tall, which quite large for a tug, I must say. If you see sort of Edwardian tugs like that, which is cool. And then we've got okay, so I actually made a bit of a mistake earlier. These boats down here, the one you can see on the floor there, if you can point the camera, that is the one that got mangled by the kite. Yeah, it's surprisingly intact on the port side, but you know what? There's not a lot. There's not a lot left under the sand, unfortunately. It would have been eroded quite a lot by the bottom. Okay, so. Oh, a bit close to the end. Yeah, the gradient's getting bad, so please make sure you can see there. Yeah, so that is the davit. Now on the Titanic, there is quite a cool story. There's a forward davit. It's the only entire ship now. I just think that's quite beautiful. It's human resilience, the indomitable. I can't say the word. I apologise, but you know what I'm about.
Is that superstructure over there?
Oh yes, of the kite. You're right. That huge white trunk over there is a piece of the kite. The only one we're going to see in this experience because the kite is a registered gravesite.
Yes.
Unlike the Piper, since there is not enough to be considered. Okay. What I also find very cool is that still holding the tyres down. Obviously the tyres would have been to avoid collisions in port, but yeah, still that, which I think is absolutely amazing. I don't
Is that the boiler?
No, yeah, that's certainly not from the pipe, but probably, yeah, another piece of debris from the kite. Found over there, sir, there is a piece of the propeller from the Piper, and I do believe that someone planning to acquire that for quite a hefty sum. That will be going to ours preservation, obviously, because that's what we pride here at Hudson Industries. Okay. In our possession.
What? You own the other propeller, don't you, Joe?
Do. Bought it off.
But to answer your question, we maybe have about 15 in possession of more small bits of We've got some China. From China for, obviously. They offered beverages when we were crossing between the two ships. But nothing major.
I remember buying my propeller. It was 1909. He was having a meeting with Mr. Jeremiah Hudson back. They sent an expedition down and
People got Jeremiah Peterson is my very kind manners, you know.
yes, they
Mr. George, could you share your experiences about Jeremiah with me? Just out of curiosity, since he's not good.
No. The first time I met your grandfather, Mr. Hudson,
Yeah.
I think he was at my New Year's Eve gala, 1999, no, 1899, I get the dates. 1899, my New Year's Eve gala, it was brought as a +1 by one of my guests. I can't remember who it was, but it was the first time I met him. He introduced himself, and then I said hello. And we exchanged formalities, and he told me that he owned an ocean mining company. And then I said, oh, really? And then we had a further chat, and he told me about the expedition he was doing, bringing a propeller up from the pipe. He expressed interest, and he sold it to me for, what was it, for £1,200 at the time. It was quite a hefty sum, but I forgot. I found it hung up in the parlour of that old house.
Very, very nice.
It's okay.
Sorry. If I am correct, you knew for quite a while after too. During the sailors' days, can I just ask what it was like, obviously, seeing the sailors in person? Obviously, that's the ship on the wall at the moment.
George. Yes, it was a bit formal. It was quite the experience back in 1910. On the sailors.
Obviously, just to clarify, the sailors' disaster itself was heavily. It was made to seem worse than it was. My grandfather obviously put in valiant efforts to try and rescue as many passengers and crew as possible. But I don't like to talk about it in honour of my grandfather. So we'll leave it there. Thank you.
Your grandfather hit his staff members. Are you aware of that fact?
My grandfather was a lenient man. He
assaulted his staff.
Alexander.
No.
My great grandfather.
I won't be around long enough to finish them.
Captain Robot.
Yes, George.
Yes, fondly, I should. Yes,
My lord.
I hope so. But Jeremiah, he was a lovely man. He worked really hard. It's unfortunate how he went. Quite a valiant way, I do believe, on an airship. That's quite a way to go, to be honest. Okay, guys, I think we've done a full 360. So unless there's any more questions, yeah, we have maybe.
Do you have anything to lighten the mood, sir?
In what way? Oh, well, joke. I have a joke normally. Okay, this is one my son told me. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Why was a 6 afraid of a 7?
I have no idea. Why?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Get it? It's funny.
I've heard worse.
David Consumer.
Oh, 8 is in. 8. Edit.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's a Chinese laugher.
I haven't heard you laugh like that.
Yeah, I do believe the oxygen deprivation is going.
Right. Well, I'm going to wrap up the recording. Just for a quick safety notice, as we go back to service, please remain seated at all times until, of course, the submersible comes to a quick stop above the water and you're ready to move, of course, from Hudson's command. Thank you all. Once again, you can get your tape of your experience. You can rewatch it at home however much you like. $49.99 in the gift shop. All money made from the tape will be going to the preservation of the pipe wreck and perhaps the restoration of some Catholic artifacts in the museum as well. Of course.